Hello everyone, this is FDV Vladerag here to bring you Mapmaking with Vladerag episode 2. Now I know in our last episode there certainly was not a nexus here and we were not beginning to place it. Also there were some things over here that were a little different, and the reasoning is I started episode 2 just a little bit ago. And then I said something that you just can't say online. I'm not going to tell you what it was. You can go spread rumors all you want. Well, I guess you can say it online, but you know what? If I want to let's just say I didn't want to keep it. So basically, I had to restart the video. Oh, for shame. Thankfully, we had not gone all that far into it, and I can continue as normal. What we are doing right now is we are going to be placing the bases on this map, and of course, realizing that this map is huge. Look at the size of that nexus in comparison to the size of the base. I think we're actually going to have to change the terrain here a little bit just to make this base not so crazy. And also a little easier to defend, because as it stands, it's almost impossible to defend your main base from some sort of an attack, except for the fact that, yeah, I mean, how on earth are they going to attack you from these huge rush distances? Either way, we are going to begin to place the bases. And yeah, so we're going to start off with the next. We're going to be using Nexi, that's plural of Nexus, I do believe, to get everything set up, except that we are going to have to set the naturals up before, yeah, it would be neutral. We are going to have to set this up on the naturals first. Collapsible rock. How did I do? You know, I just realized I forgot how to do this. Because it's not that. It's like rock tower or something. Like rocks ramp. No, that's a rock from the ramp. It's neutral tower. That's campaign. Oh well, you know what, that works. Let's go with that. Either way, we are going to have to set this up first. Now, I'm sure there is an easier way to rotate this than what I am doing, which is just reselecting it. Actually, wait. Oh my gosh, I am retarded. Stupid. Oh, Noah, what is wrong with you? Yep, there's just stuff wrong with me. Oh, folks. Whatever shall I do? Or maybe, no, maybe I just, I was just lucky. I was just lucky there, folks. Alright. You see, because what we need it to be facing a specific way. We need the rocks to be going in this direction to collapse. I don't really care which one it is. I just need it to do that. Now, if you're wondering why, this is to be able to... There we go. Now, going to set that up there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up our gas quickly. Going to go to Resource and All. And did I mess something up? Oh, duh, I had tower in the search. Oh, silly me. Oh, gosh. So, apparently, Zelnaga Tower is a resource. Either way, we are going to put the Vespine Geyser under the rocks. Now, here's the thing. Actually, wait, we'll have to undo that and probably place a nexus first to make sure that everything works out right and that the spacing is indeed correct. But what we're going to do is if you destroy these rocks, you lose the gas. That is how it works. It's going to be a fascinating sort of experiment, I think, in map. Because, I mean, how many maps have you seen like that? It's actually a possibility, yet nobody does it. I don't know why. Anyway, we are going to have to turn on the small grid to help us place this. Going to want to zoom in a bit, and we are going to begin to place our minerals. There should be 8 minerals per base. Well, if you want the 24 workers and what have you. Alright, there we have 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, now for our Vespine Geyser, which conveniently actually fits right there. That is perfect! Now our Vespine Geysers are set up. Could they have actually been closer? I don't know. I guess I'll have to test this in-game, of course, but there you have it. When those rocks collapse, they will destroy one of the geysers. And there you have it. That's a way to deny your enemy basically this entire base. I like that a lot. I don't know what anybody else thinks about it, but I think that that is just dandy. Now, similarly, thinking about that, we're going to have to want a way to defend that, and having that open basically can make it really weak in the early game. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up another destructible tower as soon as I can find it. Like so. And that has the double effect of actually making a little bit of a choke there, which I am, you know what, I'm not okay with it. We're going to undo that. We're going to try and get the ramp to come down like this, but in the diagonal. So, like that. Is that a perfect wall off? It is not, I don't think. So what we're going to do is, oh gosh, which positioning is it? That's not moving it, is it? There we go, that's the one I needed. Okay. And that was way too far. Okay, we're going to get this, folks. We are going to get this. And just one more hex. And I think we're right back to where we were. You know what? Let's just leave that alone, shall we? Either way, there we go. That is how we are going to do it. We are going to have to go through and do it because I don't have symmetry because this was made before that update. Either way, I think I'm going to actually modify this terrain here at the end so that it curves inward or has a bunch of, like a sinkhole coming outward like that somehow. I am thinking that's how it will be. We'll find out how this all works after we generate the foliage for it. Our third base, or perhaps our fourth, there really is going to have to be another base over here somewhere, probably like here-ish. That's a nice exposed location. I think this one should be a rich mineral field because it's so much more exposed, as you can tell. So we're going to actually start to set that up now. This is actually going to be the first rich mineral field I have ever put in a map. So we're going to see how it works. Wow, can I just say quickly that doing this series has been quite fascinating for me. In essence, it's just sort of an interesting thought process to be making a map. And we are then going to go to that's prop. I don't want prop. I want resource. And all race. And we are going to have rich mineral fields. Now, oftentimes you'll see them with the 18 instead of the 24. I'm a big believer in the 24 worker mineral patch. Just because that's just fun. So we'll see how that works out. 2, 4, 6, 7. I don't... Actually, you know what? Let's undo. Put that there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, sure, whatever, that works. Alright, and then a rich Vespine geyser to go with it. Make it nice and beneficial to expand to this location. There you go. Of course, it has these huge open areas that make it very dangerous to try and do so, as well as the open areas in the bottom. But there you have it, a rich mineral field. Set in the center. Okay, moving on, we're going to set one over here. Setting this back to Protoss. I just like using Nexus. Listen, don't be mad at me, okay? It's just a habit. And now you can see why symmetry is probably preferred, because let's face it, this is not probably a completely balanced map. No matter how much you try, if you don't have symmetry, it's very difficult to guarantee balance. I, of course, am going to try my hardest, but my hardest may not be enough. Thankfully, Blizzard has recognized that and has found a way to fix it. Go Blizzard! With their symmetry now available, I am so happy because of that. Blizzard, you make my day every day. You are just amazing. It's because of you that I am on YouTube talking about maps. That doesn't actually sound very cool, but it is, I swear. Listen, ladies, you find it sexy. You find me amazingly appealing because I talk about StarCraft maps. Is that a weird tangent? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna shut up now for a little while. I'm just, oh God help me. Oh, I hope all of you are enjoying my misery. I at least know that Dark Voice is. He would be the kind of person to do that. No, he really wouldn't, actually. But he just, I don't even, I'm just, what is wrong with me? I do not know the answer to the question of what is wrong with me. I'm going to assume that it's quite a frickin' bit. But we'll continue with this farce nonetheless. This Shakespearean... Nah, can't even call it Shakespearean. That's just stupid. This dark comedy, this dark menagerie of doom, death, destruction. We shall persevere. Oh my gosh. I know all of you are laughing at me, and this is I think this almost might be my worst map yet. I don't know if it has to do with me trying to talk about me doing it, or if just the idea for this map was bad. I'm sort of on the opinion that my idea for this map was not quite as good as some of the others. Cliffs of Forever certainly can't be called a good map, but it's an interesting map. It was meant to sort of raise some more... It was basically sort of a look into different types of spawn locations than what you normally see. Since you do spawn not at an edge, but literally in the middle of the map with an extremely short air rush distance to your opponent. It's quite interesting, really. I find it interesting anyways. A lot of people hated it. Some people enjoyed it, but there were a lot of people who said, well, basically, well, it's, OP for Mutalisks, or Phoenix Harass, just way too good on this. But then I'm just thinking, well, if Phoenixes are OP and Mutalisks are OP on this map, then doesn't that completely cancel out? I mean, Banshees are just as OP on this map as anything else, but not on this map here, although actually it might be a fairly decent idea to use Banshees or to use, Mutalisks on this map. It is a large map, which of course does argue in favor of Mutalisks in my opinion, because of their speed. Speed, of course, always useful when dealing with a large map. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I am just sort of mildly confused at the mineral placement here. I'm not entirely sure that this is going to work out. We will certainly give it a shot, because I like experimentation. That is the honest truth of the matter. I like to experiment and see if this is... I don't know if we just lost, if the video skipped there for a second. I do not know. Basically something popped up in my screen. I don't know if it was recorded. I don't know. I do not know. Maybe all of you know my personal bank account information now. Eek. And you'll realize that I am poorer than hell. That's right. That's right. I have so little money that if you stole my identity, I would actually be better off. Okay, that's not actually true. But I sometimes like to say that, just to scare people away from even trying, because you know what? If they think that it's the poison pill strategy, basically. That's the kind of strategy I employ to protect myself from fraud and people trying to steal my money. I basically say, well, go ahead. I have less than nothing. If you steal from me, I come out ahead. Because Buzz Bomb. And of course, this mineral field going to be a little messed up. It's actually surprisingly difficult to talk and do this. I'm just going to throw this other mineral there because I sort of like that arrangement. I don't know why. I did it on Cliffs of Forever as well, or I just sort of placed a mineral patch in an odd location for just no real reason. It shouldn't actually make a huge difference. I'm going to mirror it just for the hell of it too. But according to, well, reasonable logic, it shouldn't make a huge difference in income that I've done that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah. Yeah. Okay. As I said before, the next map is going to be perfectly symmetrical because, yeah, I actually want it to be. I actually will enjoy the symmetry of these maps quite a bit. Being able to do that will be so good. And hopefully we'll be finishing this map up today, so we won't have to, Am I backwards? I am. There we go. And hopefully we'll be finishing this map up today. So yeah, it's going to be its own little thing. And then I'm going to actually start to release these episodes one after another, probably every 3 days or so. It actually takes me quite a bit to get around to making these, and they are much, much longer than my other videos are. Yeah, the last one, I believe, was like 47 minutes, which would entail, normally in a cast, that's like nearly an hour of playing. It might be more than an hour. I sort of forget the precise nature of how Blizzard's minute is. I can tell you, of course, that it happens to be faster than an actual minute, but it's not quite as fast as... Why can I not... Oh, there we go. But that's a cooling tower. I don't want a cooling tower. What am I doing? There we go. Rocks. Now, of course, these rocks will be used to destroy the gas. And these ones here to block off the ramp. There we go. That actually worked out very well. We're going to go to resources now, and we're going to begin to place those geysers that I've mentioned. I'm not sure if I want to have any, I'm not sure if I want to have any Xel'Naga towers in this. I'm thinking no. But we'll see what happens. I have, on occasion, put Xel'Naga towers in. By on occasion, I mean I used one once on Zil Stronghold. basically to allow... the thing with Zill's Stronghold is that when I made it, it was supposed to be a map where terrain and positioning and being able to see were paramount to battles on the map. And so the tower provided a key area where you'd be able to see this region that had a lot of line of sight blockers. And that was sort of the general concept, was that by holding that tower you were able to shoot, and hit everything a lot easier than your opponent was. I don't know how well it worked out, to be honest. I want to say that it didn't work out quite as well as I would have wanted. But hey, you know what? This is all, in essence, practice. Sooner or later we will get around to making everything better. Hopefully this next map that will be coming up, which I am tentatively going to name Asteroid Tug. Not this map here. This is Agria Sinkhole, obviously. Duh. But I have tentatively named Asteroid Tug. Will hopefully be a much better quality map because of that symmetry. Ooh, cannot wait to try it. Anyway, I do feel like I should actually take some time to discuss some of the meta that you have to consider when making a map. A lot of it, like these destructible rocks, I feel are just the most amazing things ever. Now that when I finally realized that you could do this and destroy that, I mean, can think of the meta about, like, if you're facing a Protoss player. Well, you can literally delay Colossus production or what have you simply by destroying some rocks. But similarly, anything you plan to do can be just as delayed by the Protoss if you're not careful. So yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, it makes, like, Blink Stalkers much more dangerous all of a sudden because, wow, you know what? Those Blink Stalkers, they can actually, it's not just kill workers, they could literally shut down, a quarter of your gas income if you're on 2 base. And even, a sixth of it if you're on 3. And that's pretty darn significant. I mean, a Mutalisk player, normally sort of the bane of a Protoss who's gone for, like, a Blink or, cannot speak all of a sudden, who's the bane of a player who has gone for Blink or Templar play is often the Mutalisk, because it's very difficult to keep up with them when you're playing. It's hard to defend all your bases, it's hard to expand, because Archons are quick, but not that quick. And even though Blink Stalkers are fast and what have you, the problem is that Mutalisks regenerate, so they don't actually take a whole lot of damage, and the Zerg then is free to continue to expand across the map with literally no pressure really being able to put back upon them because you're too busy trying to defend yourself. So yeah, that's sort of the bane of these players, and it becomes sort of an issue. How do we deal with that? Well, now you can use Blink Stalkers to delay their gas income and slow down the Mutalisk production. It's just sort of an interesting concept that you have to look at there. Oops, didn't want to go into terrain. Gonna have to continue to place these units. Cannot. This is going to be an interesting map. Like I said, I don't think it's quite as good as my as Zill's Stronghold was. I liked Zill's Stronghold quite a bit. Though I'm sure that most of you could find problems with it, should you decide to look, and please do. I actually welcome anybody who wants to criticize my maps, because you know what? I just need it. It's going to help me a great deal in creating newer maps that might someday amount to something interesting. You see, it would be an absolute dream if one day my map could be in the ladder pool. That would be amazing. Of course, the thing is that the thing with my maps is that I'm always wanting to try something weird or new. Not even weird or new, just sort of, I want to play with game mechanics a little bit. Like, make a map where you spawn literally right next to your opponent. Like seriously, the air distance between you and your opponent is crazy small. Like, it's longer than a siege rank, but just barely. Anyway, continuing to place these, I think I got almost all the naturals done. There we go, I only have one left to set up. Then I can sort of easily do all the rest and decide whether or not we need more bases. I don't think we really do. I tend to actually have sort of a low base count maps compared to some of the ones you see. Like, for example, Belshire Vistage is a fairly small map with quite a few expansions, much more than anything you'll see on one of mine currently. I might actually go for something like Belshire Vistage in Asteroid Tug, which is going to be a very interesting map, not match. There might be interesting matches on the interesting... You know what? Listen, I cannot talk. Literally, I just can't. If you think you hear me talking, you don't. It's just, that's just not how it works. I am not actually able to. You know what? We're actually going to make it... I think I misplaced that nexus, and that's sort of the problem. Okay, I'm pretty sure that rock won't crush that tower. Or that geyser. I hope so, anyways. All of this will, of course, have to be tested. That's one of the things. And, of course, as part of the Mapmaking with Vladerag series, this test will be made public to you. Ooh, cannot wait for that to happen. We'll have it tested in-house by FDV members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. There we go. Okay, and this is coming together rather well, I think. Maybe I'll need something there. Oh well, let's just keep this game rolling. Let's keep this all moving forward. We're going to see basically how well this map will play out fairly shortly. I actually hope to get number 3, map making, with the 3rd episode in this series done today, which is sort of rare for, which, you know, already I can tell you that that's sort of a rare occurrence for this series, just because of its nature. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's rare for this series simply because of how difficult it is to make these maps, how much time it takes for me to do this. It's just not it's sort of a time-wasting process, almost. That's a good way to describe it. It's a time-wasting process, and during all of this, I'm basically just trying to make crap up to keep you interested, and I am never sure how much it works. I don't know if anything I'm saying is interesting to anybody at any time at all, ever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I certainly hope that at least somebody out there is like, yeah, Vespine geysers. I'm totally ripping that voice off Day 9. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Day 9. Please don't sue me for copyright infringement. I don't think you will, but please don't anyways. I'm begging you. Listen, I'll send my games for Fun Day Monday. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Listen, just Okay, whatever. Either way, listen, it's just difficult to know what people find interesting. Let's face it, I'm not really as funny as Husky or Day 9. I don't think so anyways. I mean, yeah, I get a few lulls every so often, but hey, they got me to laugh out loud for various things for so long. Oh my god, Bronze League Heroes is just the best thing since StarCraft. It really is. It's amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I love that series so much. It's incredible. And yeah, I think that I have nearly every expansion done now. Very much so. There is a phone ringing in the background. Sort of late for that. Huh, maybe I should answer it. No, never mind. I'm sure if it's important, I don't care anyways, because I'm talking about StarCraft. What could be more important than that? Nothing? Exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unless I totally messed that up and cannot count, which might be a possibility because I'm like half dead right now anyways. Like just literally, like every time I do this, somehow it feels like, yeah, I'm totally asleep. Whew. Anyway. Yep, there we go. Now, all that's left to do, well, first things first, I need to set up the start locations. Going to add these in. Maybe I'm just a tad too zoomed out to do it. Alright, now we're going to do the start locations. Start location 1. Just get rid of that little notification. And start location 2. Start location 3. And start location 4. Alright, now we're going to go back to the units. We're going to zoom out. We're going to select. And we're going to delete. We're going to remove all these nexi from the map. Give it a nice clean look, and then we're going to generate the foliage that we will be seeing. I like the generate foliage feature because it saves me a heck of a lot of trouble in, well, doing the work myself. I mean, listen, unless I'm wrong, back in StarCraft 1 and Brood War, you had to place every doodad yourself, which, it's just a hassle to do, especially when you look at the size of this map, the ridiculous size of this map. I forgot the minerals there. Oh, whoops. That would be the worst start location ever. Oh, Vladerag, what is wrong with you? What isn't wrong with you? That's the shorter answer. Why is it that I feel the need to rip things off from every other caster and like commentator I've ever heard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, I guess. Or that it's copyright infringement. It's one of those two things. I'm not sure which. I'm also not sure if that gas is placed right. We will figure all of that out in testing. It's not really easy. The editor does not have a function for telling you what the income off of any specific mineral to that nexus is, which would be fantastic if it existed. I really wish it did, because hello everybody, I accidentally hit the button that turned off my recording instead of hitting the delete button. Now, I'm pretty darn, that's just sort of sad. Either way, this will be 2 videos that I will have to stitch together with spit and prayer, but it's alright, because really nothing happened. I caught the mistake almost immediately. Either way, we are fairly well off now. Everything is pretty much the way we want it. We're going to turn that we're going to turn the grid back to large, just to make it a little cleaner, easier to look at. We have our start locations up. I am going to finish putting down the water in terrain. There we go. Oh, I am on remove water. We don't want to be doing that. Oh no. And we are going to begin adding the water, because water is necessary. I'm not really sure how much water I'm going to add on this map, or even really what I plan to do with this map in general. A lot of my maps are quite waterlogged or lava-logged in some cases. We will see really what happens here. I sort of take map making as a... Well, if you want me to BS you a bit, it's an experiential thing. You sort of go with the flow of life and its energy, and no, really, I have no idea what I'm doing. At any time, I am just totally making this up as I go along. I start off with, like, an idea for what I want, and it's like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I did this? And then all the rest of it is just me going, well... what do I do now? I guess I need bases. What's up with that? Okay, bases it is. I'll build a base. And so I end up making bases, and that is how it happens. I'm just like, oh, I think I need a mineral patch here, or whoops, I need that there, and ruh-roh, oh no. Yeah, so that's basically how map making works for me. I'm not one of those people who has the grandest plan. I really wish I was. I wish I had this all planned out in crayon before I made this, but I do not. It's just very much, I didn't even plan on filling all of that with water. I only planned on filling these, like this area here with water and leaving that not water. And I just ended up filling them with water. That is literally my thought process. There wasn't one. Oh, gosh. Well, okay, the actual thought process was, it turns out that one square basically went over into the next little area. And so, rather than trying to change the terrain, I just decided to fill everything with water. I like water. I do. I actually have a thing about pools in The Sims 3. I just make pools everywhere. It's ridiculous. My house, the master bedroom, had a pool in it. Now, of course, when I say house, it's more like a manor, basically, because I'm just sort of that kind of person. In The Sims 3. Anyway, continuing on. With this, the bases are, I mean, since this is going to be a 1v1 map, there certainly are a lot of bases. I don't even know what sort of strategies you really want to do on this map, because frankly, outside of where your base is, it's a lot of level, flat ground, and some very valuable bases, or nothing. There's literally nothing in here. It's just empty space. And we'll see exactly during the tests how all of this works out, and there might be more adjustments made, but for now we are going to generate foliage, generate terrain foliage. Now I don't know if it's going to did I do the generation wrong? Map modules data. I've messed up something, I feel. No, it did. It generated foliage, but I never got to set the density. Whatever, it's fine, I guess. It'll be alright. So, there we go. I think we're going to go back to terrain, maybe, and put some farms or something. What we need to do is add doodads now. I do love me some doodads. They are quite fun to do. I don't really want to do... no, you know what, there's invisible line of sight blockers. That should be actually quite interesting. I will play with that later. For now, we're going to go with Agria line of sight blockers. Escape. Click. And we are going to put them here. Like so. These line of sight blockers are going to be blocking off the sight there for the gold base, just to make things difficult for our players. Because I'm an asshole like that. Whoops, didn't mean to say that. Anyway, we are going to have to turn that off. We're going to go with all. No, we're not going to go with all. We're going to go with environment. Body bag? Maybe we shouldn't go with body bag. I don't think body bag really fits in with this. Nor does char bridge. Jeez. Foliage Agria. That's just more of the stuff there. Okay, we don't want to generate foliage then. What we need to do is Agria debris large. No. Animal corpse barrel physics. No. Bird xenomorph. I want some bird xenomorphs. We're going to put them here though. And we're going to have a sort of a little whatever going on there. Alright, birds Tarsonis, blackfin macaw. No, we're going to ignore that. Char claws, char crystal. That's a red one. I don't want that. Of course, it's char. It would be like that. Crystal huge. It's a blue crystal. Maybe we can have. Maybe no, we can't really have that on this either. Eek. What are we going to do? We need stuff to put in, but what do we put in? Rock. Giant. Tower. The towers are actually too large, really. We're to put anywhere but, well, here. And indeed, that's where they're going to be. This is going to be... Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to use these to just sort of make the center of the map much more interesting. For players. It almost looks like now that there was just like this huge, like, basically it looks like this is like the Overmind's home, doesn't it? I feel it does anyways. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Rock with a waterfall. That's a nice. That's a nice one. I have to say that basically the way this works right now is I'm just having fun. Just placing random doodads. Because you see, that's pretty much how the doodad part of this works. I just sort of place them, and that's just how it goes. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should be more... whatever. But I am not. We're going to have to undo that. We're going to place it... there. Does that work out? Yeah, it's open in the back. So we're going to do... that. No, I don't like that. We will not do that. We'll do that. Haha. Just going to continue to add things on here. Try and make it interesting. Maybe add some stuff in the water. Why not? It's for fun. Going to do rock. Just add some stuff everywhere. Give it sort of a nicer look. This is basically all. What do you want to do? And what indeed do I want? Sunrays. Tendrils. Ooh, I don't really know about tendrils. Tendrils sound problematic. But I do like trees. Trees are good. Maybe not down there so much. But, hold on. Let's get to our gameplay view. There we go. And, let's zoom out a little bit. And yeah, let's place some trees. Give this sort of a nicer feel. I've always thought that Agria's name is just like, really, that's your name for your planet, Agria? I mean, that's just like screaming, like, I mean, agricultural, really? You're basically naming your planet Farmville. I don't know. That's just all I could think. But it's apparently a preserve or something. I don't remember the lore too well on it. I never really paid too much attention. That's just the truth of the matter. Anyway, and we have a waterfall. I do like waterfall. Waterfall is nice. Do I already have one on this side, though? I feel like I did. I feel like I placed... No, I didn't. So we're going to place the waterfall here. I guess it's more difficult than I thought. No, there we go. I actually like... Ooh, that's a nice effect. I'm going to give myself credit for doing that, even though that was totally luck. Total luck. Luck is awesome. Either way, maybe, you know what, I think we're going to put some, we're gonna put some Xel'Naga artifacts in this water. Just to give people something to look at, and it's a little interesting. Halo, maybe? Whoa, the halo is large. Let's not go with that. Hull plate. There we go. And over here we had some rocks. Hull reactor conduit. No. Hull reactor. It's almost like a fountain, really. Anyways, no, we're going to go with hull walls. Ooh, that's a bit big. Large plate. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. That is indeed what I am looking for. Alright, let's zoom out again. Let's take a look at our map so far. I think it's pretty good for now. You know what? I think I like this. I think we are going to go with this and see what happens. I'll have to, of course, test the map, get people's opinion on how the play goes, on whether or not we can improve things. I'm not going to mess around with the paint quite as much as I did before. I think we're going to leave it like it is. Alright, you know what? Let's go to testing. Everybody, this has been FDV Vladerag, and this has been episode 2 of Mapmaking with Vladerag. Episode number 3 will consist of some test matches, so you can all see how play on this map goes. I think it's going to go terribly. That's just my personal opinion. This is my first time trying a map like this. We're going to see how it works. One thing before we do that. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot the most important part. And what I'm going to have to do here is go game attributes, was it? No, I always forget this. It's like player properties. There it is. Now what we need to do is we need to set player 2 to user, player 3 to user, and player 4 to user. Alright, there we are. Now we have made this a 4-player map. with able to for 4 people to spawn on this, basically in this at all time or at any time or whatever. Listen, don't just ignore me. I'm crazy. Either way, let's go to testing. This is FTV.